And then, oh, there you go. Nice.
I just
Thank you,
didn't know if
Paula.
you wanted it to the cloud or a computer, so it's
Uh,
going to
com
a computer.
Oh,
that's actually better because if you record it to the computer, it's able to capture, I think, breakout rooms, and it won't do that if you
Okay.
record to the cloud. So
Okay, I sent it to
good
her, so
choice,
oh,
Paula.
did
hopefully.
you? Oh, good. Thanks.
Oh, there's Eve. Eve is coming on.
Yay. Yeah, I couldn't find the link either, and Susan had to send it to me last time because it used to show on the event, and then now it doesn't. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Welcome, Eve.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, Carolyn, when you send the link,
Hmm.
does the person that receives the link have to put in the passcode?
I don't think so because
Hopefully.
I didn't.
Oh, can
I
Yeah,
you
you
use
shouldn't
send
have to put
me,
in the passcode if you
can
have
you
the
I use
link.
the same link every week, and it asks me for the passcode, but I have it
I think it all
memorized.
depends on which link you're using.
Yeah, because the link I use doesn't ever prompt me for the
Yeah.
password.
I just use
I
the
have it.
last one. It's always saved in my Zoom as a past
can somebody
All right.
send me the
thing to
passcode
join.
then? I will give
Yeah, hold on a second here.
I will give my
Folder,
email.
copy.
All right. Welcome, Eve. I've made you a co-host since you will be doing
Just give it to
bonus.
me through my email.
Email. I could do that.
So I have
There it is. There's my email.
there you go. I have Avi doing round one, Rob round two,
Oh, that's
Paul
fine.
C round three, and then Eve is bonus.
Okay.
So if anybody needs to be swapped around, let me know. Oh, and Alan is joining us shortly.
Oh, can you send it to me by
I'm working on it.
Oh, okay, great.
Link. Recopy.
How many Pope themed team names will we have tonight? That is my question.
You
We
guys
will see what
notice
we
that
get.
the Pope has a bachelor's degree in mathematics.
Nice.
And they picked a pope from the United States.
And his
Yeah.
mom was a librarian.
He's
I
from
wonder-
Chicago originally.
I
And already
wonder-
they're calling him a woke
Marxist.
pope.
Oh.
So you gotta know that he's got something going for him.
There you go. Well, we were discussing amongst our friends that he's already like given trouble to JD Vance. So I'm like, all right, I think I'm going to like this guy.
Yep.
I strongly suspected it would be an American pope in order to attempt to stop the hemorrhaging of the
Yeah.
body of the Catholic Church in America.
Oh, yeah.
It's not going to work for this one, but anyway. So.
All right.
He's a
That email
younger-
should be
he's a-
away, Vincent.
Pardon me?
I sent that email.
Oh, great.
Oh, and
So
I'm going to get an early start and start bugging people about next week. We have 0 people scheduled for
Yeah,
next week. So
I can't commit to anything for next week.
yeah.
Put me down for a category.
All right.
Oh, were you
Thank
busy
you,
this
Jamie.
week, Carl, for something?
I won't be here next week, so
Well, I don't know what any last minute planning and
Yeah.
everything I'll be doing for Skeptical.
I will try. I
You will try.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
do
going to
it.
put you. I'm going to pencil you in for regular.
Yeah, for regular because I usually don't make it until the end. So
I mean, I guess
Okay.
if you get desperate and can't find anyone, I could throw something together between now and then. But
I can do a
Oh.
bonus.
That was Norman.
Yeah, I can do a
All
bonus
right.
thing at the end there.
I'd commit to something, but
Yeah.
stuff
We don't
happens.
know
Well,
if
no,
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
be in the
you're gonna have
hospital
anything else
again,
removed,
so-
Vincent. So
you still have your
I don't know if you
gallbladder?
want to do your round next week, or if you're not, you won't be feeling up to that yet. We can always
Yeah,
pencil you in
Vincent,
later.
do you still have your gallbladder?
I still have my gallbladder, yeah.
We can schedule that for next week.
Although, yeah, well,
Or Vincent.
I've been in the hospital so many times. They're like, You know what to do, don't you? That's oh yeah, I do.
You have a punch card?
Well, yeah. But yeah, I've been in the hospital lots.
Really?
Let's see. All right, welcome.
I was hoping that
Yeah, I got you down, Jamie. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Good. Thanks, Ben.
So far, I have Jamie and Carolyn, and then I have Norman for the bonus. So we'll have oh, Mother of George. Mother of George is going to do a category. How nice. What about George? Is George going to co
He'll help.
co-host the category?
Other George.
Yeah.
Round
Hey.
one, question one. Bark, 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 bark. Question two, bark, 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 bark,
Gonna
bark.
be a tough category.
Yeah.
That would
Peggy,
be.
what name did George pick?
I think he's gonna be Pope George.
I don't think you can keep your same name. Isn't there a rule about that?
There's no Pope George before, and I think we're in this time of
Wow.
Catholic
Un-
kind of revolution. So
I
Unprecedented.
thought he chose Louis or
Louis
Lou.
the 14th. Yeah.
Leo.
Saint
It
George,
was Leo.
Leo.
Leo the
Leo.
14th. Yeah, Leo,
Yeah.
not
Leo.
Louis.
Saint George slayed dragons. So I think that's a good one.
There you go.
I like it.
Dragon Slayer George.
Oh,
Sounds
I
good.
see you got the ring.
George of
Yeah,
the
I put the ring in last week.
Uh,
It's still up there.
That's-
So
That's the best.
kiss it.
All right. I guess I need to start working on some breakout rooms here.
Hey, I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
My Zoom changed, so it's we're limited in how many letters we could have on chat from now on. Do you have any idea how many letters are allowed before you can't paste anymore into chat?
Well, there's always been a limit. I think I did a test last week or the week before and came out with like 1,000.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Because I did, I only put like maybe 100. It didn't paste.
1,000 characters, I think. Either 1,000 or 100.
Yeah, I remember that test. I think it was way bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Well,
I
it's
thought it was
changed.
going to be 256. I
Fine.
think you're right. It was in the thousand something.
Yeah.
See, but mine changed like a couple of weeks ago.
Yours always changes, Jamie. What is it with Zoom in Thailand?
Well,
Every
it's the
week you say it changed. I don't get it.
well, it's this iPad business. So Zoom on iPad is probably a little bit different than on a PC. And I see now it limits how many letters.
Well, it was always limited. You didn't have an unlimited.
I thought it was like 250 or something.
Well, your client may have a different limit than the web-based client.
Oh, maybe.
That may
Yeah.
vary from platform to platform.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably what's happening. Okay.
Here's something that you guys might be interested in from the Canadian press. Up to 1,000 transgender troops are being moved out of the military in new Pentagon order.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Wow.
that's freaking disgusting.
I mean,
Okay, let
what
me
does that
see.
have to do with them being able to do their job?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing,
Yep.
right? It's just
I mean, every day is just chaos. Stupid.
I
Just-
call it a fresh hell. Every day for me is a fresh hell. So
Yeah.
Did you
my
see the
fresh
one?
hell is up today.
Did you
But why
see
did
the one
Trump-
that was just? I just got this on my phone about 10 minutes ago, so I don't know how recent it was. Scientists who touted hydroxychloroquine to treat COVID is named to pandemic prevention role.
Oh, nice. Oh my God.
We're
Oh,
doomed.
fuck that. That's
There's going to
pathetic.
be a lot of sick people going around.
Oh.
Oh, it's of course.
In my the government in my province being what they are, they actually are pushing for the measles vaccine. So, and that's only because the people that are going into the hospital, it's overwhelming the healthcare system kind of thing. So,
Of course.
yeah, that's the only reason why they're doing it. But other than that, they are anti-vaxxers themselves. So,
Pathetic.
That's always
Yeah.
been the reason that they've been pushing vaccines is so that people don't go to the hospital and die.
Right.
no,
Yeah.
no, no,
Crazy.
no. It's to save. It's because of the money. They're spending more money on them.
And that's always been the
Of
reason.
course.
Yeah.
But vaccines are a cost-saving measure. That's
Yeah.
why insurance companies pay for it. It's
Yes.
far cheaper to vaccinate someone than to cover their sickness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Vaccines are one of the most cost-effective healthcare measures in existence in the world.
But they're not looking at it like that. They're looking.
They don't care about cost. They
They-
don't want government doing anything, regardless of whether it costs or not.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just don't like government doing things.
Really,
Yep.
he just fired the Librarian of Congress, Carla Hayden.
Please tell me he
Sadly.
didn't appoint himself as the temporary Library of
Right,
Librarian of
exactly.
Congress.
You're a fucking idiot. They also discontinued that Energy Star program that's been around for decades for appliances. Put a stop to that. That's nice. He said it'll cost us something like $20 billion a year in excess power now by doing away with that organization.
I imagine a lot of manufacturers will continue to follow Energy Star requirements because, by and large,
Maybe.
consumers want them.
Yeah.
Consumers care about energy efficient appliances.
Yeah. What a stupid thing to target. Well, at least we'll have a military parade next month.
Yeah.
That's good. Good way to save money. It's just pathetic.
All
And from what I
right.
understand about the weight of some of the things in the military parade, will soon after give jobs to a lot of people who repair roads.
Yeah.
Will Trump wear a uniform? Because he is the commander in chief. Will he wear a uniform at the parade?
It's Ronald McDonald.
Is he going to wear it as a king or as a pope?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to open rooms, everybody. Go forth
Yay.
and come up with awesome team names. Okay. Welcome, Celia. Let me get you assigned to a room. And let me see. Welcome, Kevin. I
Hi.
have just assigned you to a room.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
We didn't, I don't think we got a warning. We just got kicked out.
We got
No,
a warning.
We saw a
Yeah.
warning.
Yeah, there was a timer.
It was
It's less timer though, since I'm the one hosting.
Oh, yeah, we're on
I
the
still
1
need to
minute.
figure out where that setting is so I can set it to 2 minutes. Hopefully, I gave everyone enough time to come up with some
Did we have a
lovely
warning?
team names.
Yeah,
We
we
had a
did.
timer.
Okay.
Had a
I
warning, but it was
free
only
It was only
folding
60
my blanket.
seconds, so instead of 120.
Okay. I was refolding my leg prop.
I hope we will have 120 seconds in future tonight.
No, we won't. I don't think
No,
we
we
can
won't.
change
Not
it
tonight.
once the room's
So
open.
Oh my God.
you just have to accept it, Celia.
Can you have a warning to the warning then? Like a minute and then another minute?
Okay, welcome back, everyone.
No, I guess not.
Team 1, who's comprised of Avi, Brandy, Kyle, Carl, or should I say Sarl?
Yeah.
Jamie, Vincent. What is your team name?
Don't tell Trump that U.S. Transcom is one of the 11 top-level U.S. military commands.
Oh. All right. All right, that's too long. It won't fit. I'm gonna have to word wrap it.
Headquartered at Scott Air Force Base.
Team 2, we have Rob, Alan, Carolyn, Peggy, and Paula.
If Catholics are against astrology, why did they pick a Leo?
That's
that.
good. I like it.
That's
Good one.
Carolyn's. We liked it.
Yep, I like it. That's a good one. Okay, Team 3, PaulC, Kevin, Mono, PaulT, and Ron.
Second F-18 intentionally ditched in the Red Sea after pilot refuses to fly to Newark.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a disturbing trend, isn't it?
Yeah. Has anyone seen the meme of the giant cat sitting in the aircraft carrier deck
Yeah.
knocking planes out?
Knock.
In just 2 weeks, I'll be flying out of Newark. Maybe.
Oh boy.
At least it won't be in an F-18.
Do you think they'll allow you to bring your own parachute?
Hmm.
You have your real ID.
Have that be your
bed in the tent.
yeah. Okay, and in the bonus, we have Eve, Celia, Gail, Janine, and Norman.
On a scale of to Z, Canadians give Trump a Z minus.
Nice.
I like that.
Very cool.
Wow, only one Catholic name. Pretty good.
Yeah, I was shocked. I figured we'd have all Pope all the time. Okay.
Well, Peggy did such a good Pope category last week. Nobody can top that.
Yeah, all the Pope energy's been bled out.
That's true. That's true, Peggy. I totally understand that.
That's right.
Okay. Well,
amen.
Welcome
to that.
everybody to game 267 of season 5. We have teams playing tonight. Don't tell Trump that U.S. Transcom is one of the 11 top-level U.S. military commands. Team 2, if Catholics are against astrology, why did they pick a Leo? Versus Team 3, second F-18 intentionally ditched in Red Sea after pilot refuses to fly to Newark. Versus Team 4, on a scale of to Z, Canadians give Trump a Z minus. All
And
right.
it's pronounced A.
Yeah.
Oh, my apologies. I need to get my
Canadian,
my
right?
Canadian.
And
yeah,
you
my
have to
Canadian, right.
include the question mark. It's
Eh?
A.
Z.
A.
A.
Avi, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okie dokie. What is your category, sir?
So this category, since I am replacing Vincent, I thought this category would be very appropriate. The category is Famous Vincents.
Famous Vincents.
Wow.
I like it. I like it already.
Okay. Question number 1. What is the stage name of Vincent Damon Furnier? Question 2. Vincent van Gogh has a famous self-portrait hanging in the Art Institute of Chicago. What is the title of this work? What character does Vincent D'Onofrio play in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Question 4. Which Vincent was fined over $1.7 million by the Securities and Exchange Commission from undisclosed hush money payments dated back from 2019 to 2022, handed out to 2 women? Question 5. Which Vincent, famed for his work in the horror film genre, mostly playing villains, appeared as Egghead in the Adam West Batman TV series?
There's a fun fact about that question.
Nice. You'll have to tell us afterwards.
I will.
Question 6. Although his later life has seen media focus more on his poor live performances and offstage controversy, this Vincent's visual aesthetic and distinctive singing voice are still considered synonymous with the American glam metal movement of the 1980s. This is not a personal judgment. This is basically a quote from a Wikipedia page. So yeah. Question 7. This Vincent, born in 1977, played for 22 seasons in the NBA and was an 8-time NBA All-Star. He primarily played the shooting guard and small forward positions, but occasionally played power forward later in the NBA career. I've absolutely no idea what those positions are, but what the Wikipedia page said. Question 8. This Vincent is known for starring as a leading man in numerous comedy films during the late 1990s and 2000s. He made his acting debut in the 1993 sports drama film Rudy and starred in a sports comedy film in 2004. Of course, since because of the Pope, I have to add some things about Saint Vincent. Question 9. According to Wikipedia, how many saints are named Vincent? I'm giving you plus or minus 1.
A lot.
This kind of gives you a hint to the previous question, but question 10. 3 of these Saint Vincents were from what Southeast Asian country? And the bonus. When is Vincent Stevens's birthday? Month and day only.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's wrong.
You better get that. You better get that one right, Vincent.
Wow.
Hey, you got a point.
That is so funny.
Oh,
I'll
I was
get
just
it wrong.
congratulating myself for remembering, and then I realized Vincent's on my team. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certain advantage there.
Nice.
I knew I should have wrote that down.
And we didn't need to know the year, huh?
As long as
Yeah.
we don't have to sing about it, that's great.
I might even know the year.
Okay.
What if
I'm
it's
opening the
today?
rooms.
All righty. Go forth and answer questions, everyone.
We need a team.
Let's see. I will assign you guys. Give me just a second. Welcome, welcome. All right. We're going to put you on. Room 3. All right. Have fun.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, my surgery was laparoscopic as well.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
All right.
That's after my time. They took a big slice that day when I had it. I was in the hospital for a week.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
are we ready? So for question 1, Vincent Damon Fernier is indeed Alice Cooper.
Yay.
Yes.
For question 2, what is the title of that self-portrait? It is in fact Self-Portrait.
Awesome.
Davey, our only correct one.
Yeah.
And if people are interested, it's this one. Or why isn't it copying? I want to copy that. Okay, it's not copying paste. Whatever. It's called Self-Portrait.
We all can describe it.
Does it look like Vincent Van Gogh?
With his
Yeah,
ear
they all
cut
do.
off.
I mean, he has a
Yeah.
bunch of self-portraits.
Yeah, I went to ask my wife, who's a docent in an art museum, and in fact, we went to the Vincent van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam. She's so much a fan of his. She goes, I don't know. He's done a ton of self-portraits.
Yeah, he has done a ton of self-portraits, and just this one happens to just be called Self-Portrait. And I made sure it was the only one at the Art Institute of Chicago. And I don't know if there are other ones that are also just labeled Self-Portrait, but a lot of them have like Self-Portrait with straw hat or Self-Portrait without beard. But this one was just Self-Portrait.
Not without the ear.
For question 3, when somebody said Daredevil, that was close. But Daredevil was the hero in their played by Charlie Cox. His nemesis, Wilson Fisk, aka Kingpin. So you were the right series, but wrong character.
Okay.
For those,
Are we okay if we just put Kingpin and didn't put
yeah,
his
if you put Wilson
name?
Fisk, you're fine. If you put Kingpin, you're fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Do we get double points if we put both?
No.
No.
Denied.
For question 4, the Vincent fined over 1.7 million by the Securities and Exchange Commission is, of course, the abominable Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Now, what was he charged for? Because I remember like women suing him, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it was. This was in regards to, according to the thing, it was hush money payments to some of those women.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has multiple lawsuits, but this was, the hush money.
Yeah. Question 5. Which Vincent, this is the Vincent famed for the horror film genre, and the one that Vincent Stevens is going to tell us a story about. This is Vincent Price.
Cool.
You said you had some extra info about it or something.
Yeah.
About that Batman, Adam West Batman thing or something.
So my mom named me after Vincent Price.
Wow.
And, Vincent Price's daughter said that most likely her father was gay, and of course he couldn't come out at that time,
Mm-hmm.
a long time ago, and then I turned out to be gay too. So there we go.
He has an incredible cookbook from like the 70s that I have that talked about the lavish dinner parties that they used to give, which kind of probably goes in line with your story. He was quite the cook, and then they show his table spreads in it and their home. It's actually a really fascinating cookbook.
They make fun of him on Saturday Night Live. He has like Liberace playing piano and all these guest guys.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
He was
Okay,
one
for
of the
question
best
6.
guests on the Muppets too.
Yeah, for question 6. This is about the glam metal person. This was Vince Neil.
Yes, got it.
From Motley Crue.
Do I get it if I also said Motley Crue?
No.
I said both, but just in case.
Question 7.
Good, Neil. We have Neil
So
now.
this is the NBA Vincent, who's tied. I didn't put this in, but apparently he's tied for the most number of seasons in the NBA with LeBron James. Is Vince Carter.
Yay.
Wow. We got that list.
Nice get, Alan Steiner.
He played for Toronto for about 8 years.
Okay. Question 8. So this is the comedy leading man, and he is Vince Vaughn.
Yep.
Question 9. How many saints named Vincent? It was at first unclear on the Wikipedia article, but I'm pretty sure I counted 11. So,
11. Oh,
And
we
I was gonna
way
say
off.
10, and my teammates said to go lower.
I wanted to say 666.
Is there a plus?
Yes, sir.
That came up.
Is there a plus or minus?
yeah, plus or
One.
minus 1.
So 10 would have worked, team.
And
She'll listen to
question
ya.
10, so the reason that I'd written down 8 was because there were 3 of these saints that were listed on the same row for some reason in the Wikipedia article. It was a bulleted list, and one of the items, 3 of these saints written in the same part. And so turns out that 3 of them were from Vietnam.
Oh.
Oh.
Vietnam.
Dang it.
Really? I'm surprised.
And the bonus is indeed April 3rd.
Yes.
Yeah, we
We
got it
got
right.
that one.
Hey,
I
Caroline.
didn't,
Right.
Vincent's birthday.
because I remembered it was Thursday out of Thursday and could look at the calendar.
Nice work, Avi, especially for coming up with something at the last minute. Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I
that was a
immediately
lot of
thought,
fun.
oh, I should do a category about Vincent's because
Yeah.
Again, I am so sorry that I didn't get a category done.
This was fun. So
But look at this awesome category we got out of it, Vincent. It's all
Yeah.
good.
And I think you had a pretty good excuse, Vincent.
Yeah, I think
Now,
so,
Vincent,
too.
you have to do famous Avi's.
Yes, exactly.
There is more than one Avi out there.
Yeah, there's like
I
Avi
know it.
Loeb.
Oh, there's probably
More than one. Are there more
it's
than
probably going to
10?
be hard to come up with 10 questions that people will know.
Well, there's Avi Loeb. There's the author Avi. That's it.
You got 2 questions.
I went to school with Avi
Let's get
Sussman.
some scores.
To this day, I'm still surprised. I can't believe that Caspian was able to come up with the famous Carls with the K round without naming a single World War II war criminal.
Okay. On a scale of A to Z, Canadians give Trump a Z minus.
We had 5.
5. All right. Second F-18 intentionally ditched in the Red Sea after pilot refuses to fly to Newark.
We got 9.
9. Wow.
We got the
All
bonus, but we missed a couple of the
We're
other
gonna
ones.
get Karen when she comes.
If Catholics are against astrology, why did they pick a Leo?
8.
8. Okay. And don't tell Trump that U.S. Transcom is one of the 11 top level U.S. military commands.
Thanks to that really hard bonus, we got 9.
Nice.
We got 9. I thought we got 10. Huh.
Yeah, Vietnam.
We missed.
Yeah, you
both of
forgot your
the-
birthday.
Missed 9 and
yeah.
10, so with the bonus, it,
Vincent,
Right.
did you forget your birthday? Get that one right?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah, he kept trying to tell us it was May 5th.
Yeah. No.
So we're not going to get Deborah, I guess, when she comes in.
Tell her to come in late. And screw the next. Screw the
She's
pooch on
coming
the
in
next
late.
round.
I think she's coming like
Sandbag the
7:20
next
or
round.
so.
All right.
Okay, before we go, I'm gonna show everyone while I'm here. This is what Deborah got me.
Aww.
Okay, when she came to Canada. Yep.
Bear.
Oh, nice.
She gave me this cap. Yep.
Cool.
Very cool.
Oh, there we go.
Super cool.
Is that something to do with California? Because it's got the bear?
Yes, it's our bear.
Yeah, it is to do
It's a
with
symbol of California. It's on our flag. It's iconic.
We killed them all, but it's iconic.
It's iconic still.
We have other
Yeah.
bears.
Rob, are you ready, sir?
I am. If my cat will let me do it, she's screaming at me now.
Now your turn,
Yeah,
kitty
What
cat.
is the name of the bear? I don't know.
The California bear, Vincent.
His name is
Oh,
Vincent.
that's what
That's what Deborah
Faith
said.
put on the question there. So
If you went to Cal, his name is Oski.
Oh, that's right. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, right. It's a mascot of the UC system too.
So round 2 is Who Are We? And it's going to be visual round. And my backdrop has something to do with the theme.
Oh,
Okay.
Who are we?
Let me share. Is that showing up for everybody?
Yeah.
yep,
Yep.
yep, yep, yep.
Hiding my controls. Okay, here we go. And I will give you this file after we go through it here. Number 1.
Okay.
Number
Who is
2.
that? Oh,
Number 3. And 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. And I have one bonus. Okay, let me give you the file link and make sure that it works. Okay, somebody check that, please.
Looks good, Rob.
Okay, go to your rooms. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okie dokie. So I think most of the teams did at least reasonably there. Did people figure out what the theme was?
Heathens.
Yeah, we got that part. Why didn't you give that as a bonus?
Heathens. That's good.
Well, at least one team got it.
Or interviews you've done.
At least one team got it wrong, I think. I heard them saying, "Oh, tell people I've interviewed."
Well,
No,
I mean,
I never interviewed
The
Hitchens.
document title was
So I did interview 5 of these people, though. 5. of
document title said atheists.
Which is
So
not good. Yeah, there we go. All right, let me do a share again. Is that working?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okie dokie. So here we go. Number 1. I think most people recognized Q himself.
Yes.
And the reason he's here, not because of his acting abilities, but because he's an outspoken secular activist and was featured speaker at the 2016 Reason Rally and at PsyCon 2019. This person was actually at the last PsyCon. This is Phil Ferguson.
he's at most of them.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, longtime activist in the movement, active member of many national organizations, helped start 3 local groups, and he's talked at many large groups and large conventions. I believe one of those was a TAM.
Apparently, he was at the last St. Louis Skeptic Camp in 2015.
Haha. Did not know that. All right, next up. I don't know if people knew who this was, surprisingly. Julia Sweeney.
We knew her.
Yes, known from Saturday Night Live, but she's become
It's
quite
Pat.
an activist. Third autobiographical monologue, Letting Go of God, and she did one of her monologues at PsyCon 2019.
Sweeney.
But she
She
wasn't
looks
Pat.
different when she has her dark hair. People probably would have recognized her.
Yeah.
I recognized her, but that's because I've.
Next one. This is my boss in my volunteer organization, Darrell Ray. American organizational psychologist and author, public speaker, podcaster, atheist activist, etc., and the founder and still president of Recovering from Religion. I am surprised people did not get this one. This is Michael Marshall.
No, I got it.
I still don't know who that is.
Well, all right. Well, so he is the editor of Skeptic Magazine since 2020, co-founder and vice president of the Merseyside Skeptic Society, and co-host of its official podcast, Skeptics with a K. And he also did Be Reasonable for a very long time. He may still be doing that. And the project director of the Good Thinking Society. Frequent guest on podcasts like Skeptic Crack, God Awful Movies, and The Scathing Atheist.
Well,
I
we
thought it
knew
was
he-
the Holy
we knew what he
Kool-Aid guy, and I
sounded
couldn't
like
remember his
and what he
name.
did, not what he looked like.
I don't think many people knew who this was.
Nope.
Annie Laurie Gaylor, American atheist, secular women's rights activist, founder with her husband of Freedom from Religion.
So far, I
guess
would have
of-
known who almost all these people were, except your boss.
So our answer of Orange Scarf Woman will not count.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, very oddly, that is her nickname, so you can get a point for that. No.
Deborah's here.
All right.
There we go.
I'm not sure where to go with this because I heard everyone doing the name of one of his characters, but I don't know if anyone got his actual name. Which
Yes,
is
we did.
Brian Keith, yeah.
Well,
Keith Dalton.
Can we just say Brian Dalton? Was that enough?
Yeah, that's fine.
Can we say Mr. Deity?
No.
What if we said Brian Keith?
No.
What if we said Keith Dalton?
Hardcast.
Did my
McCormick,
team
man,
say
come
his
on.
name and I just didn't write it down? Faith?
What he was one of my favorite interviews because he actually played the role of Mr. Deity, and I got to interview him as God. That was
No, we only.
Oh, yeah, that's
only
right.
remembered him as Mr. Deity, which I think we should get a point for, but whatever.
All right. If no one said his actual name, yes. Did anyone put Brian Keith Dalton?
Yes.
We did.
Yes.
The full
You're
middle
horrible
name.
people. Move
All
on.
right. This is Matt Dillahunty. I think everyone knew him. He's been around forever, pretty much since the start of YouTube, before the start of YouTube.
Since the year of the Lord.
Yeah. This one people had trouble with, I saw. This is Margaret Downey, former
God
president
damn
of
it.
Atheist
Oh,
Alliance
sure.
International, hence her sash. Free Thought Society. She's a bunch involved all over the place. And actually, she was a featured speaker, supposedly at the Skeptic Camp in New York City, and then had an injury and didn't show up, unfortunately. So I haven't met her yet.
Oh, I've met her many times. She always goes to TAMs or PsyCons, and she's
Yeah.
involved with everything involving with like Thomas Paine.
And I think everybody knew this was Christopher Hitchens.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was in heaven, though.
You didn't?
No.
He's not. That's because he's not.
But
He's 'cause he's not.
But he's dead, right?
He's dead. Yeah,
He's in
for
hell
quite
then?
some time.
Is he in hell?
He's in purgatory.
One wouldn't think so.
And the bonus, I don't know if anybody got
We
this.
did. We got Dave Warnock.
Very good. There was a
On
clue.
his
If you
shirt.
thought to zoom into his shirt, it actually has
That's
his
how
name
we read
really
it.
fuzzy.
We didn't even get to the bonus. Sorry, team. Didn't know there was a bonus.
We also got it. So
Very good.
Bonus,
Yeah,
yeah.
I interviewed him, and he's still doing okay, although he's got this horrible condition that is going to, at some point, cause him to take his own life, because he says he will not live like that for years. So yes.
Oh, ALS, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Hope that was fun.
Yeah. Heathens.
Is there anybody playing who didn't know any of those people?
I
Come on,
only knew
you can admit it. Raise your hand. Who
I
is
only
it?
knew the first one.
I only knew two.
Three.
And I was thinking that number 5 was the Holy Kool-Aid guy, Thomas or something, but it wasn't.
Oh, yeah, Thomas Westbrook. That could have been.
Yeah, that I couldn't remember his name. I'm thinking it's the Holy Kool. I couldn't remember his channel, nothing. Then
That could've
after it came to me, Holy Kool-Aid, I still didn't know Thomas Westbrook, but it wasn't him.
No. Okay, scores.
Scores. Do you have the answers to put in chat too, Rob?
I will do that.
Just okay, thank you, sir. Scores. All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh, it's second round, so I have to actually share my screen this time, right?
Yes, you do.
All right. I guess I can do that.
The spelling count for number
Better
7,
not.
we spelled an MR period DEITY.
Second. Okay. Let me share my screen.
We did all right, even though we got a couple wrong.
Okay. Can everybody see that?
Yeah, I was thinking with this crowd, most people would know most of these people. So I'm
Okay.
expecting high scores.
I see that.
On a scale of A to Z, Canadians give Trump a Z minus
5.
5. Okay.
Consistency.
If Catholics are against astrology, why did they pick a Leo?
6.
They actually picked the Robin.
Second F-18 intentionally ditched in Red Sea after pilot refuses to fly to Newark.
We got a 9.
A 9.
Wow.
All right. And our other 9 team. Don't tell Trump that U.S. Transcom is one of the 11 top-level U.S. military commands.
I think we got an 8. 8.
All right. 8.
8.
Okay.
Wow. So we may be closer to the Z than eh.
I don't know why the Canadians decided EH as A, but it is what it
Because
is.
it's not literally the letter A. You're just going, oh,
A.
good, eh?
Hey, good, eh?
You know, I mean, capital A wouldn't really.
How's it going, eh?
Picture, Ben, picture.
Yep. So I was just getting ready to say it's
All right.
picture time, everybody.
Picture.
All right. Ready?
Hang up, sweetie.
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay. I think I got that.
Hey.
Hey.
I'll just Photoshop.
Oh, yeah, Fonzie.
All right.
So,
Looks like we're good.
So, Vincent, Kutch, are you the only Canadian here tonight?
Well,
That's unusual.
there are other
Oh,
Canadians.
hi, Ellen. Well, um,
Like I'm the only one that lives in Canada that's up.
many years ago, my brother was coming home to the US from Canada, and in immigration, I guess they were being a little suspicious of him. I'm not sure why, but anyway, and they asked him to say the last three letters of the alphabet.
Ah.
And I think they were trying to find out if he said XYZ or XYZ, as I believe, someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Americans are the only,
only
United
country.
Statesians are the only ones who actually say Z instead of Z.
Yep.
Well, it has no D in it. It's just the letter Z. Come on.
You're the only ones. Yeah, in the whole wide world.
5-minute break, everybody.
Are you sure Iberia doesn't say it?
They certainly don't in the Caribbean. They say Z, even though they say zebra instead of zebra, like the British do. What do Canadians say about that black and white striped horse-like animal? Zebra? Yeah.
That zebra is only like a British thing. Yeah.
That's strictly British, right? But Z is all over the world.
Z is all over the world. Yep.
It's
Except
this is also a prompt for me to do my favorite joke about Canada.
I like how the British. I like how the British say
Some of you have
aluminum.
probably heard this because I tell it a lot. They were trying to figure out the name of this new country, and someone said they couldn't agree. They said, "Look, let's just leave it to chance. We'll put all the letters in a hat, and we'll pick them out, and we'll see what we get." And they thought that was a good compromise. So they said, "Okay, John, you go first." And he goes and he picks up goes to the hat and he pushes around and he pulls out a letter and he says, "I've got a C, eh?"
D, eh?
Get it already. Oh, that's really funny. So I understand when the Obamas first went to Canada, after Obama was first inaugurated, and they were very enthusiastic, the Canadians, and they had a banner up that said, "Yes, we Canada."
Yes, we
Because Obama's campaign logo was "Yes, we can."
Oh,
So
yes.
yes, we Canada. Which reminds me of when
okay.
I was a little kid, Air Canada had a commercial that said, "Yes, we can. We are we're Air Canada, and yes, we can."
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if anybody old enough to remembers that ad, but
I vaguely remember it.
I
Yeah.
took Air Canada several times as a kid, so
Yeah.
stuck in my head somehow.
I'll never take Air Canada again. In American English.
Well, when you said the last three letters of the alphabet, that should be Y, Z, and ampersand, right?
Yeah.
It used to be.
Z. An American.
And ampersand. Ampersand is the last letter.
Pronunciation of Z is stigmatized.
And it was for a very long time.
I think they should make them sing "Oh Canada" in French.
Oh, they say Z in Newfoundland. Huh. There you go. So it wouldn't have worked to prove that he was American to say XYZ.
But I definitely can tell you are American, Celia. The way you pronounce Newfoundland.
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 Yeah.
Newfoundland.
She also knows she doesn't have a big black dog.
Newfoundland. Oh yeah, and that dog is a Newfie.
And Newfoundland.
Newfoundland. I didn't say Newfoundland.
Yes.
Wrong.
There was one person in this group that did say Newfoundland, and it's like, what?
I can read English. It says Newfoundland. That's what it says.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah, well, you know what? English is not exactly the most phonetic language in the world. So if that's what you're basing it on and insisting that you're correct, then you'd be mispronouncing a lot of words.
Remember the cabinet secretary, she's the education secretary, who was making a speech and wanted children to learn about steak sauce because she said it was A1.
Yeah.
That's got to be a joke, right?
No, it's not a joke.
That's
Actually,
serious.
and she not only said it, but she said it more than once, so it wasn't even a misspeak.
Is this our break? Is this our break?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Ben was delinquent in not mentioning that, so we're all still sitting here. Are we on a break now, Ben?
I did say that we
Yes,
were
he
on
did.
a break.
He did.
But
Yes,
he did.
Did not hear
And we're
that.
almost finished with the break by now.
yeah, it's ending break time.
Yeah. People should be coming back.
Everyone squirreled away their break. Do we need a second break to make up for our missed break?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I also have a correction. I believe I said this was game 268, and it's really 267 because I looked further down on the spreadsheet. So that is my bad.
Well, now you're going to have to go back and re-edit
I
this.
know. I'm going to have Susan will have to edit the video.
No, you said 267.
Did I?
You did.
I thought I said 268, but either way, it's 267.
267 because I commented to Ramiro that it's a funny coincidence.
Oh,
that
good.
it's the 267th game, and we just elected the 267th Pope today.
Oh, good. Well, then I am correcting the fact that I corrected
What does
myself
it
incorrectly.
mean?
Yes, it's Inception.
It's yes, it has meaning.
Right.
I was brushing up on my Pope knowledge, more my papal knowledge, just in case there was a category.
You missed it last week. You weren't here?
No, we weren't here.
Yeah, I did a category of popes. Popes on film.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was a papal
Popes on film. That was fun. Okay. Who has some announcements for us today? Anyone? Bueller?
Well, I can do the latest on Data Skeptic. I talked to a researcher. We've been talking about graphs and social networks and that sort of thing. This one guy figured out that in a lot of these classic data sets, you can ignore the structure of the network, just the features of nodes, like, okay, two people like chess. The odds of them being friends are almost independent of the connections of a network in some data sets. So we talk about the consequences of that in academic studies of graphs and a few other details about graph networks and whatnot this week on Data Skeptic.
Cool. Kyle?
Cool.
For the Chicago Skeptic Camp, there's still working on getting a full roster. At the moment, I'm going to be giving like a short intro talk of what is skepticism, why are we here? Because I'm hoping that there are going to be people there who don't necessarily know what skepticism is. And then there's going to be also talks that I previously mentioned, one by a humanistic rabbi, a talk by Glenn Branch about this, I think it's about the Scopes trial, and a talk by Susan Gerbic about Susan Gerbic things.
Who's that?
I'm not sure if you guys know her.
Yeah.
Performance by my dad. He's going to do some bass playing. This is a mini version of his touch bass with Alan.
Nice.
And we're trying to get somebody from or associated with the Field Museum, but the first try wasn't able to make it because he'll be in the field. But he suggested somebody else. I'm trying to find a psychologist, and I'm waiting to hear back from Rob's co-host, Karen, about said she has somebody in who might be talking about FEMA conspiracies could do that, and so I'm hoping that goes through. I'm especially interested in having people talk who are not white men. So if you guys know any people fitting that description in the Chicago area who you think would like to talk, please let me know. White men are also okay to give me suggestions of, but I mean, it's usually historically it's been mostly white men giving these talks at these skeptic events, and I want to diversify things.
White men with white beards.
Yes.
Thank
This
you,
DEI
Avi.
stuff has got to stop.
Rob,
That's
do you
it.
have anything for us?
I do.
Okay.
So let's see. Hopefully this all fits in the chat. I think it did. Okay. Maybe. No, it's too big. Can't fit that. Oh, so it's 1,000 is the limit. We were asking about this before.
There you go.
It is 1,000, and it's still too big. Not good. I got to put this in two pieces. All right. This coming Monday on the RFRX live streamed show, we are going to have Bertha Vasquez, who is a CSI fellow, and she's spoken at SciCon, and she's going to be talking about filling the vacuum left behind by religion with a love for science. And she's going to be talking all about the stuff that she does in her role for CSI. So let me see if I can fit the description in here now that I've pasted a separate one. Yes. Okay, there you go. So join us on Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern Time.
Very nice. Does
I'll go next.
anybody else have something?
Yep. The Skeptical Society of St. Louis will be having its free Skepticamp at the Holiday Inn of Creve Coeur in St. Louis, Missouri, USA on Saturday, May 17. Come join us and see talks by Wikipediatrician Susan Gerbic, polymath Leonard Trammell, Kyle Polish of the Data Skeptic Podcast, Adrian Hill, reporter for the Skeptic Zone Podcast, and other great speakers. Details can be found at skepticalstl.com. And furthermore, not that I expect anything to come of this, but today is Give STL Day, and this is your last chance to double your donation to the Skeptical Society of St. Louis. If you donate within the next 10 minutes through the link given in the chat, your donation will be doubled by the Give STL Day organization. And that's all.
Thank you, Carl. Okay, anybody else?
If you donate to me in the next 10 minutes, that would be great.
You will not double anything, but it would be great for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, welcome back to the game. Do you have something, Vincent?
Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to Deborah for the great gift that
Hey.
Oh,
hi, Vincent. I'm so glad you're feeling well enough to be here.
Yeah, well, sort of. I'm still
Vincent, you should go to sleep.
You're here.
Yeah.
It's late. It's 8:50 by you, or is it 7:50?
It's 8:50, yeah. So it is late, but hopefully I don't have to go to my mom's tomorrow. So, and if I do, it's in the afternoon. So
I should mention
make her drive to you.
I love the bear hat, Deborah, by the way.
Oh, you want to show the hat again, Vincent?
Oh yes.
That again.
Yes, I can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Deborah, Vincent, put the hat on before for us.
That's very cool.
So you can be a Californian. Show them a bill too of it. Like dip it down. So you see it's like got flowers. He's like a surfer.
Oh, is it a poppy? Oh,
I think it's a hibiscus, maybe.
It looks like a nasturtium.
Wake up, Vincent, wake up.
Is that something that's on the flag also?
No.
It's just sort of.
Yeah,
it's just very California.
I have oh wait, I'll show you.
I think it's a poppy
that I have the California bear on. It's really cool. Let's see if I can find it.
Oh, so I should mention one more thing. Yeah, Recovering from Religion has a 12-hour fundraiser that's going to happen on the Line Network, which is one of the things that one of the answers to my questions was Matt Dillahunty helps run. And so that's going to be this Saturday, starting at noon Central Time for 12 hours. A lot of the people that were on my slides probably are going to be there, including Matt for sure. And they're going to take turns, and it's all for donations for Recovering from Religion. Anyway.
Cool. Oh, there's the bear
The
carrying
bear's
something.
hugging the state of California. Isn't that cool?
Wait, keep that up. I have to pin it. Oh.
Yeah.
That's
Or is it taking a bite out of the state of
No, he's hugging it.
Mm.
He's
And on the
mounting
other
it.
side, I love you,
He's mounting it.
California.
It's just a bear hug.
I actually have that sweatshirt, Celia.
I love it. And
Yeah.
you know what? Then I found actually a tote bag that also had this bear on it with the, hugging the state. And then it was actually outlined along the edge of the tote bag with poppies.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
gave that to my sister who gave me this. So we have a little theme going. And then when we have a lot of fires, which we do frequently, unfortunately, someone added a fireman's helmet to the bear, and that gets posted a lot on social media every time there's a major wildfire in the state.
like every other week.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. I there's just something about it that's just very, very appealing if you're a native Californian like me.
Okie dokie. And we're back. Round 3, we have PaulC. Are you ready, sir?
I hope so.
All right.
And yeah,
Take it away,
I was
Paul.
thank you. I was so excited by everyone talking about different pronunciations during the break that I put together a round based entirely on accents of Great Britain.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
Oh, come on, really?
I foreshadowed it, huh?
So I've never done this with audio before. Can you see my screen?
Oh no.
Yes.
Fantastic.
It's kind of cool
So
looking.
yeah, it's an audio round afterwards. I will share the I will try and share the presentation. It is a keynote. And I will share the audio files if people want. So yeah, it's very simple. I'll play about a 30-second clip.
Okay.
I did make it multiple choice, which I'm sure I'll regret. But yeah, let's take it
It
away.
doesn't matter to us, American heirs.
Like any fan, you get excited, think who you might bring in, and being involved just
Can
because
you
you're
hear
a
that?
player is still exactly the same as the man on the street. You're picking up the paper. Hopefully,
I hear that, but is that in
so
English?
you've signed someone, but I think this summer's been a bit of speculation about maybe players moving on. So at the moment, I'm just hoping that that doesn't happen rather than people come in, because I think we've got a great side and a great squad at the moment. I'm sure the manager's going to make a couple of additions, but we certainly don't want to lose anyone. We've never really had as good a challenge we've had under Rafa in the 5 years he's been here. So to do that and to get 86 points, beat Man United twice, Chelsea twice, and still not win the league is probably a disappointment.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
Not just
I'm
an
not looking for a
accent, but foreign sports.
Okay, number 2, I'll explain the local delicacy later, so just absorb the accent for now.
Smackburn pea wet.
Smackburn pea wet.
Yeah, it's a cheap treat for a kid. Some grown-ups get them, but you're looking at 80p. You've got some hot potato, batter on, salt vinegar.
What's pea wet, mate?
What's pea wet? It's as good as gravy. It's the water off the peas. You get a few peas in as well.
Yeah.
You don't. It's free. Just moist your chips up while you smack.
I'll explain later, I promise. Okay, number 3.
Where we came out of, we played our first shows there. We used to rehearse there. They've got like Free and Brown sprayed on the wall there, Stone Roses, R.I.P. and all that kind of thing. So it was like New York, Chicago, Paris. We thought, write a song about alongside. I love being in the Roses, but I love being solo too, 'cause I can work with who I want now. I've worked with like 12, 13 different musicians since I finished rolling. Me and Noel wrote a track together called Keep What You Got. Me wrote the music and I did the melodies and the lyrics, and combination of the two of us, yeah.
A couple of clues in that one.
Yeah.
I always put subtitles when I watch British shows.
Me too, Mono. I cannot watch anything from the UK without the subtitles on.
You know, it's amazing how you can dismiss observable phenomena as sky things. I'm starting to think you also probably believe the atmosphere is just a giant decorative dome, you know, like a snow globe, and all the sky things are just glitter. Do you also believe that birds are government drones? Because that would explain a lot. So let's find out why a flat earther is attacking a former flat earther, shall we?
Well, some people might recognize him, but maybe not. Number 5.
Brothers, sisters, today a great legacy rests upon your shoulders. Because here, we make more than just tea. We make proper brews. Brews that bring a tear to your eye and warmth to your soul.
I know.
So go out there and do it for each other. Do it for yourselves, but most of all, do it for...
Sure.
Patriotism there.
Yeah.
Okay, number 6.
Oh, I won it. This computer magazine. They asked these questions about electronics. Then you had to say why you wanted a computer. That was the first prize. 6 runners up got these.
Congratulations. Well done. It's a canny watch, that.
Shockproof, waterproof,
Tells it did.
and it's solar powered.
Champion. You know, it's not that I mind, but why did you put the Groves address down on your entry form?
Why, you know what they're like at home. Always want to know everything.
Well, I thought you would have wanted them to know it's not everybody can win a Belton prize like that.
So that was the first one with more than one person talking, I think, and then they have the same accent.
They do have the same accent. Number 2 actually had 2 people talking, but the second person said very little. Okay, number 7.
See the wireless? It's just like your brain, innit? Things go scudding in and out without so much as a buyer leave. But words, well, words is just a loose change of human emotion, innit? But your feelings, boy, your feelings is the family silver. And I will tell you, I have feelings that'll stay with me to the grave. You know how?
I'm sensitive. I cut it off at the end. I apologize. And that's an example of a show that I used to watch with subtitles when I lived in England. But unfortunately, the show actually contains a lot of local dialect, so it doesn't help you much. There's still lots of words that you can only really guess from context. Okay, number 8.
We say shrapnel. All right, now shrapnel means discarded bits of bomb. That is the official meaning. So when a bomb explodes, there are lots of bits of shrapnel, lots of bits of bomb everywhere. However, we say it for loose pieces of change in our wallet. So if you have a 1p, a 2p, a 5p, lots of little pennies, we can say shrapnel.
Okay, number 9.
Well, I think since I last was on Radio 1, I got to meet Beyonce a couple of times, which the first time I really held it together. I was like, thanks for having me at the show, B, you know, rah, rah, rah. The thing is, I was in her dressing room and I was like, there was only a little curtain separating us while she was having her makeup done, and I started like going, I don't think I can do this, I don't think I can do this, and she would have heard it all. And then she popped out, so I put on a brave face, but the second time I went out on a balcony and got on my hands and knees and cried.
Okay.
What group she's from?
Say again?
I said I know what group she's from.
Doesn't count.
I know.
Number 10.
It was dark times, Harry, dark times. Voldemort started to gather some followers, brought them over to the dark side. Anyone that stood up to him ended up dead. Your parents fought against him. Nobody lived once he decided to kill him. Nobody. Not one. Except you.
Okay. And for the bonus question, which accent is closest to that of the town where I lived until I was 18?
Couldn't we just say when your birthday was?
If anyone knows, they're welcome to guess. So
Can I ask
I'll
if
try
there's
and...
duplicates?
There are not duplicates, no.
They're not duplicates. Okay, thank you.
No. So I'm going to drop in the keynote because
Okay.
maybe people can open that with PowerPoint, or indeed if they have a Mac, of course. Sorry, some trouble. Okay. And for redundancy, here are the files. There's a link to just the MP3s. And does someone want to open the actually?
No.
Yeah, and here's the the Google Slides. So I'm hoping at least one of these will work.
The MP3s are working for me. Let's try the
The
slide.
keynote works for me.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting that
Excellent.
you
So I hope
need
between that
permission
you
to
can
play
get
this audio file on the
Oh,
Google
I'm
slide.
sorry. Got it. Do you want to try the keynote link?
You probably need keynote for that.
On a PC.
It should open in PowerPoint, I'm hoping.
No, I get it doesn't recognize the file.
Yeah. Okay, last ditch. I did export a PowerPoint. I'm just not sure if this will work.
The drive one worked for me. The first one.
Yeah, you just have to click on each file individually, I think. But it
Yeah,
does work.
Oh, okay. Cool. Awesome. So I think everyone's set.
Yep.
Excellent. I will send you to your rooms. Have fun.
Okie dokie.
You need to put me in a room if you haven't already.
I will do that
To us.
shortly.
To us.
Well, whoever looks like who gets
We
you.
need it. It's us.
Yeah, team 4.
Sorry, Deborah. You're coming in on a really low score.
I saw that.
Okay.
Oh, you're muted, Ben.
There we are.
All right. Let's see. And I am going to room 3.
That is right. I hope you're great with accents. Oh, Karen's just arrived. Hey,
Paul?
Karen, how you doing?
I am doing well. What you're
Awesome.
you're in the main room.
I am, because it's my round that you inspired me to do.
Yay! And you don't want to jump around?
Well, yeah, they've literally just gone.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know where to assign you. So I think I'm going to assign you to room 2.
Okay. Yay! See you soon.
Okay. Oh, you're there. Cool.
This 1 minute instead of 2 minute countdowns is so unfair.
So how did everyone find that? Nice and easy?
We didn't finish.
We didn't finish.
Sorry.
It takes too
I
long.
have a random letter for the last.
You don't sound sorry.
That 1 minute countdown is not fair.
Now, I watch a lot of British TV, but some of those accents weren't as strong as I would expect. So some of them were too subtle for me to figure out.
How many people need more time? Do we want to reopen the breakout room?
Our team's done.
We haven't
Yeah.
even looked at yet.
All right, here goes.
I'm staying here.
A lot of the stuff you see on British TV is in the BBC standard accent.
No. I like watching, like the Yorkshire accent is very distinct
Okay.
to me.
Or like the
And
panel
Welsh,
shows.
if you watch anything like based on like Torchwood and everything, Welsh accent is very distinct.
Yeah.
Faith, it's good to see you.
I'm
Romero,
setting a timer.
hi.
They're getting 5 more minutes, and then I'm pulling them back.
On the RFRX live stream show, we have somebody who's in the UK, and Nikki is her name. She live streams it to the Atheist Community of Austin Discord server. She's a volunteer there, but she's across the pond, and we have a pre-show set up, and she's always involved with that. And every time she speaks, I think I understand, and I'm not exaggerating, 1 out of 10 of her words.
I understand all the accents except for really deep Scottish.
Yeah, that was the hardest one.
We have a volunteer who's Scottish, and that's another. Yes, he was running a team I was on, and I finally quit because I could not understand him.
Rob, do you speak any other languages, Rob?
No, unilingual.
And did you, when you were a kid, did you ever watch, or when you were young, very young, did you watch Benny Hill or Monty Python, or were you exposed to any of those accents when you were little?
Not much.
So I don't know. I mean, I'm just guessing.
I should not have watched Benny Hill as a kid, but I did.
Oh yeah.
and Are You Being Served? And Monty Python, of course.
Who didn't watch Benny Hill when they were kids?
Keeping Up with Appearances.
Yeah.
I would never say bucket. It is always bouquet.
Yeah.
I do
only
remember
know
going
about
to see a
that,
Monty Python
the
movie.
bouquet thing from TikTok.
When I was,
But Scottish, Rob, we were on a
I didn't
cruise.
understand it. Yeah.
And there was a Scottish lady there that started talking, and Ramiro was looking at me, and I thought this lady was speaking another language because she just started talking so fast, and I could not pick up on the enunciation to make it slow down in my brain. He was just like, she looked at you, was asking you where a popsicle was, and you were just like, huh?
I can understand.
I know, because your language has too many fucking syllables. That's exactly why. That's exactly why. Like, you got to gender everything. You got all these vowels.
That's actually the bigger problem, the genderizing of every freaking.
No, come on. English is a horrible. Be so lucky that English is your first language. It is so horrible. You have to practically memorize every single
horrible.
word.
I love it because it can
other
take words
languages
from all other languages and still make sense.
Other
Like,
languages
a tonal language with the
have
same
better
word.
rules, and they're lovelier. And English, really, I can't believe it's as popular as it is. It's a very difficult
You
language.
can create a whole sentence
It's
with every
accepting of
form
all
verb.
other words from other languages. Doesn't have to change everything to fit strict rules. I love
We're
it.
a big old promiscuous language. We
I don't know if
buffalo,
anyone's
big orgy of language.
I don't know if anyone's seen this word before and knows the funny way it can be pronounced according to English.
Fish.
Oh,
Fish.
yeah.
Excellent.
It's fish.
Wow.
Wait, explain that, Paul.
Yeah, so the word enough terminates in GH, which has this F sound. The O in the word women is an I. And the word nation uses TI to make a sh sound. Just to illustrate that English is a train wreck.
Yeah.
I was trying to help a friend of mine who was from who spoke Hebrew as his first language, and he's from Israel. He learned English mostly by singing along to the lyrics on pop songs. And so he came here and he, whenever he's asking me questions, what about this? What about that? And I'm telling him, oh, it's because we draw from, German here or British here. I came up with all these things that I thought I knew what the hell I was talking about. And so then one day he walks up to me like weeks later with a list, and it has bow, like bow of a tree, cough, although, through. I think there was another one, I can't remember now. He goes, "But isn't this OUGH like the Old English thing you were telling me? Why are they all pronounced differently?" I said, "I apologize for my language. I have nothing to say."
I blame the Norman French for messing everything up.
Avi, what you put in the chat, we fight over how to pronounce that word all the time. And when Neil deGrasse Tyson made a TikTok on how to pronounce aluminum, I won the argument.
Well, the British
I
dad and I
argue
do
against
it.
Neil deGrasse Tyson on how we pronounce it's aluminum, not aluminium.
Well,
The British
aluminium
add an I to it.
is
So
spelled
they pronounce
differently.
it
My
correctly then.
accent is the
I was
closest.
wondering how they added an extra syllable, but they just spell it differently. That's
Yeah,
how
they spell
It's
it
like there
differently.
is no
We're
U
going-
in color.
They were
At
going
least in
after
this
the
instance-
other elements, as in uranium, plutonium, rodmium with the eum.
Right. Potassium, sodium.
Except, you know, there's tantalum and molybdenum and lanthanum. None of those have an eum.
Okay, closing those
It's
rooms.
aluminum. It's base.
is the
It's
other
not basil,
great
and it's
divider.
herb, and it's not herb.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
It's Washer.
Worcestershire. Good job.
Worcestershire.
Yeah.
Worcestershire. 3
Or
syllables.
wash your sister sauce, as some people.
What? I like that. That's funny.
That's
I
what.
advise people to forget how it's spelled and just learn Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
I like Worcestershire sauce. It's good.
Mhm. It's got sardines in it, I think.
Anchovies.
Anchovy.
Yeah. Well, anchovies, yeah.
Oh yes, that is very funny, Kevin. I think you recommended ISMO before. Quite funny.
There's a site of TikTok where I've ended up where they teach you how to pronounce Irish names,
Mhm.
and it's very interesting.
Like Siobhan and Saoirse and
Yeah,
Well,
Ismo's a funny.
Saoirse and Siobhan are the easiest ones, and then you
Tifa.
Ismo's
get
a
down
funny
into the weird
comedian.
ones. I know
Finnish guy.
somebody's named Siobhan, and it's spelled the Irish way.
Ismo.
Hopefully everybody got enough time.
Yeah, okay, everyone, welcome back. My apologies for the technical difficulties and for pulling people back too early. I do apologize. So answers. So number 1, I did hear people talking about the Beatles, but unfortunately it's for a different answer. This is Liverpool. This is a Liverpool accent. It's a Liverpool footballer.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty heavily influenced by Ireland and Wales. Number
Can
2.
you read Paul? Paul,
Mm.
can you say the letter of the correct answer at the same time that you say the answer?
Sure. Yeah.
Because we wrote down letters. We're not writing out names.
Yeah, I pasted it in the chat, but I'll say it as well. So that was B,
Okay.
Liverpool. Number 2 is C, Wigan. It's not Wigan, as I heard a couple of people say.
Where is it?
Where in
So it's
the
about
I've heard that
it's
term
about
before.
15 miles east of Liverpool.
It doesn't help.
So for me, this is part of my idea for this came from talking to Karen at the weekend, where I mentioned that within a 32-mile radius, we have like 3 radically, for me, different accents. And so Liverpool and Wigan are just 15 miles apart.
Like North Central. North Central?
Northwest.
Northwest. Got it.
Yeah.
On the coast.
So number 3 is A, Manchester.
Yes.
And this is the lead singer of one of my favorite bands. And he's actually talking about, I think, Noel or Liam Gallagher during the clip, which I thought might be a clue, but maybe not.
Mhm.
And number 4, I know some people recognize the gentleman. This is D, Wales. And this is a Globe Earth YouTuber. Sort of along the lines of Simon Dan and Dave McKeegan, but with his own unique way of speaking.
Where do you know where David's coming from? Because I'm actually going to interview him about that trip.
Awesome. I don't know exactly. He's got a very, very, very mild Liverpool accent or Scouse accent.
So I've watched his shows and I have no trouble understanding him at all. That's interesting.
Yeah, he's got a
What
very,
is-
very mild accent.
What is Scouse referred to?
Scouse, yeah. So Scouse, someone from Liverpool is a Scouser.
Why?
The dialect they speak is Scouse, and there is a meal, there is a stew called Scouse, and everything comes from the stew, I believe. I don't know why the stew is called Scouse, but it flows from that.
For Wales, the most common time I heard that was the accent was Torchwood and in Little Britain for David.
Torchwood, excellent. Oh, Little Britain, very good. 5 was C. Yorkshire or Yorkshire. And I think a lot of people recognize this is Sean Bean. If anyone's interested, there is a clip on YouTube of him saying the word bastard in a broad Yorkshire accent for 81 seconds. He's really showing his range.
That's pretty broad.
So this is the clip. After Yorkshire, had people heard this accent before? Number 6, sorry, it's not copying. This is A, Newcastle. This is up in the northeast of the country. So this is an old TV show from England called Biker Grove. Sting is from Newcastle, but he's lost most of his accent now, if anyone's heard him talk. Also Mark Knopfler from Dire Straits. Number 7, I think I might have said earlier, 7 is B, Scotland, specifically Glasgow. And this is a show that I couldn't understand when I was a kid. And there's too much dialect, let alone the accent. But I could understand it fine these days. Number 8 is Birmingham, C, or the Brummie accent. This is often deemed one of the funniest accents in the UK. I actually had trouble finding broad examples of a lot of these accents. So this accent was not as broad as I would have liked, but I think it captures the accent well enough. Number 9, I had a lot of people talking about the Spice Girls, but this was actually Adele.
Yeah, I recognize
Adele is
her.
from London.
Didn't know where she was from, but
Yeah. And again, her accent isn't too broad. I think one of the things I actually learned putting this together is a lot of people are saying that a lot of these regional dialects are softening greatly. So if you find a good example, it's usually someone's grandparents. Not for all the accents, but for a lot of them. Number 10.
One London accent, though. I mean, it
You're absolutely
varies
right.
so much. That's
No,
why I refused to answer London to any one of them. I said, no. There's no such thing as a London accent. It varies too much.
The problem is that there's a South Manchester accent, a North Manchester accent. When I say Scotland, there's at least 3 different accents I can make out of Scotland.
But
so yeah, it's dangerous ground.
But I would never say a London accent. Maybe by neighborhood, but
Sure, but I didn't want to give 4 boroughs of London.
Yeah.
Number 10 was D, the West Country.
You shouldn't have changed that.
Sorry, this is Robbie Coltrane putting on a West Country accent. Again, the West Country is very broad accent-wise. This is specifically a Somerset accent, Somerset, as they would typically say. So yeah, there you go. I hope you had fun.
And I realized too
much.
that the trouble with trying to depend on watching a lot of British TV to learn these accents, at least if they're dramas, like I watch a lot of British mysteries, but the actors might come from anywhere.
Absolutely.
So just because that mystery is taking place in Yorkshire or
You're absolutely right. A great example recently
wherever the actors could be from anywhere.
A great example recently was the TV show Adolescence, where the parents of the child were from Liverpool, but the child himself was from Yorkshire, and they never make mention of where it's set. But again, it's just it's a small country. There's a lot of good actors from all over.
I didn't notice that the acting was outstanding in that.
It was a phenomenal show.
Yeah.
What about what kind of scores today are going to qualify for Lighthouse?
I mean, I did make it multiple choice, so I was actually aiming for 2.5.
Was there a bonus in this one, Paul? Didn't we have?
Yeah, it was which accent is closest to my hometown.
Forgot about that
my
one.
Hometown.
Oh, we didn't answer that one.
None of us did that.
But I've been talking a lot now, so you've got
what's your
1 in
hometown?
10. My hometown isn't on the map, but it's 3 miles from one of the towns on the map. Anyone want to guess?
5.
What was that?
Wigan.
5.
Yeah, phenomenal. Wigan. So I'm from a very small town called Ashton and Makerfield, very close to Wigan. So the guy talking about a chip barn with peas wet or smack barn with peas wet, that was my life growing up. There's another delicacy that they call a pie barm, a B-A-R-M. So this is simply a pie placed in a bun. And that is a Wigan kebab or pie barm.
Actually use Irish accent at all. That surprises
No,
me.
and there was actually a kind of trick here. So Great Britain is the big island. So Ireland is
Yeah,
not
what
a
about
Great
that?
British
Yeah.
accent. That
But
was
you
my
had that.
being
Okay.
mean.
Didn't you have that as an answer option?
I had it as an option
Yeah.
because I am mean.
I was going to say that's not fair.
Who said it was going to be fair?
I did say accents of Great Britain.
But I realized that about the not depending on the actor to be,
Yeah.
from where they're from when watching the Death in Paradise that's, filmed in the Caribbean.
Oh yeah,
And my
yeah.
husband, who's Caribbean, recognized all the accents, and well, of course, it's a made-up island, but still, he's like, "Oh no,
Sure.
that guy's Jamaican. That
Yeah.
that guy's St. Lucian. That actor is British. That's not Caribbean at all." It was very funny.
Okay, how about some
Is it Northern
scores?
Ireland part of Great Britain?
But not
Sorry?
Part of the United
of the
Kingdom.
UK, of the
Okay.
United Kingdom.
All right.
United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Okay. What did
Everybody
everyone
can see
do?
my screen. All right, let's see. So, starting with on a scale of A to Z, Canadians give Trump a Z minus.
3.
3.
Oh my
Okay.
God, we're getting worse and worse.
It's a good thing we have
If,
choices.
if Catholics are against astrology, why did they pick a Leo?
So since Karen guessed the bonus just before, I guess we get a 6.
Yeah, we do.
All right.
There's
Nice.
no Karen. That Wigan was around for a reason.
Don't tell Trump that U.S. Transcom is one of the 11 top-level U.S. military commands.
5.
Okay. And second F-18 intentionally ditched in Red Sea after pilot refuses to fly to Newark.
We got 4.
Does that include the bonus?
We got the bonus.
We got the bonus.
All right.
So
Oh,
does that-
tied for first place.
Does that
Excellent.
count as a lighthouse? I mean, that was hard.
No, that's not nearly a lighthouse. No.
Way better than
Average.
Lighthouse.
Yeah, that's better than Lighthouse.
Not even
I
a
You're in the
don't
clear,
know.
Paul.
That
That's what I was
hard.
hoping for. 4.5,
Yep,
5.
you're in the clear. And
And
if Susan was
even
here,
Lighthouse
she would
had
say
more
that she
points
loves your
than,
round for being tough.
Yeah, that was a good round.
Look at
Sam,
how
will
it
you
dropped
kindly
from
add me
7
to
to
team
4.5. That
Oh,
was-
yeah.
Thank you.
And no, you should meanly add her to team 2.
I will. I'll hit these keys so hard.
Ah,
And I want a comma, not a period. Okay. All right. And I need to add everybody else. I haven't added the other people to the team either. Okay. Let's see. Well, are we ready for our bonus round?
Sure.
Steve, are you ready?
Done
I'm
before
ready.
9.
All right.
Goodness.
Take
So
it
my
away.
background, if you've been staring at it, is
I
a
have
hint.
been. I knew that was a hint. for something.
Library books.
Yep. So our category is the Dewey Decimal Classification System.
You know what? I thought that was the case when because you make the numbers so obvious in that photo.
Yeah. So just so you know, Dewey came out with the Dewey Decimal System in 1876, but I'm going to put my caveat, my DEI caveat on this. There are a lot of concerns about the Dewey Decimal System being outdated. The approaches to categorizing the books were both racist and sexist. For instance, Black history is not part of American history. Women's work is in a separate category from jobs. Non-Christian religious holidays are situated with mythology and religion. And LGBTQ works were once shelved under perversion or neurological disorders before landing in the sexual orientation category. So it is still used worldwide. So those of you in Canada and other locations, it is still commonly used in mostly public schools and public libraries.
Public libraries, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So public library schools.
Yeah, in universities they tend to use Library of Congress system, I think.
Correct. Yeah. Yep. So, okay. So it is going to be easy, 1 through 10. I'm going to give you 10 subjects, and you're going to match them to A through J, the call number. So here are your 10 subjects. Lovely number 6 is lighthouses.
Oh, you're funny.
If you
That's
look,
good.
I tried to pick things that
UFOs.
if you're using your public library and browsing the shelves, these are all areas of interest that we have talked about. Automobile racing, Shakespeare, astrophysics, UFOs, lighthouses, AI, protests, preserving foods, psychic phenomena, and genealogy.
But you don't have field guides. That's like the one I look up in libraries all the time.
Ah, sorry.
Not any of those.
Here are your call numbers. So you're going to come up with something like 3B, 4D. So you're matching them up. Where would you find these on the shelves? Easy, easy, no bonuses.
Not
Easy.
If you say so.
I did give it to a librarian friend who hasn't worked in public libraries in 15 years. She got 8 out of 10, right?
Wow.
But she's a librarian.
Well,
She's a
that's not the
librarian.
same as
There's
never
that.
having worked in a
I
library.
want
I
you to
don't think
know
I've.
I did not learn the Dewey Decimal System in graduate school. In library school. Okay, to go to your breakout rooms, let me see. I just do open all rooms, correct?
You got
Yeah.
it. Yep.
That's
Alrighty.
right.
Have fun.
Thank you, Eve.
Join.
Well,
Eve,
that
was
was
a great category.
That was mean, Eve. Because even though I seem to be the only one who checks things out of my public library, not those subjects.
Well, and a lot of people only check out fictional stuff, or they have the librarian get it for them.
I do the nonfiction.
Yeah, I checked out a great
go
course
on the
with DVD
computer and I
set.
write the little number down and I find it and then I forget the number. But I do not look up those subjects.
Yes, my library, I just say, I want this, and they hold it, and I go pick it up, and it's great.
Yeah, I do want those of you who are educated in the United States in public schools, you learned this in 3rd grade. I'm very disappointed
forgot
that you
it.
don't remember.
I
Yeah,
went
hey,
to the
Ron,
library. I
hold
looked
on,
at a
Ron.
library at my university, and that was, of course,
It's
Library of
been
Congress.
a minute since
Yes.
3rd grade.
A minute or two.
Wait a second. I work in public schools. They don't do that.
Eve is closer
Ron,
to
hang
3rd
on.
grade
Ron,
than most of us.
I want to find out.
Grade, maybe.
I need to find out from my brother if we learned that at Faywood. Did we learn that? Do you know if we learned it? You're
I
on
can
mute,
guarantee you that when I was in
learned
3rd
it,
grade,
you didn't.
half of those.
That is the correct answer.
That's
There's a difference between whether you were taught it and whether you learned it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you were
But
probably
not
just
3rd grade.
It's only 60 years ago, so sorry.
yeah.
All
In
right.
3rd grade, they're learning fractions and things like that.
Ready for answers?
Ready for answers? Okay.
Yes, please.
I will put them in the chat right now, and then I actually have a little PowerPoint with the answers.
Cool.
So let me share my screen. You guys had some very good reasonings as to why you thought certain things. I was impressed. So here is the Dewey Decimal Classification System kind of by broad categories. Here are the answers. 1H, which is 929 genealogy. 2 is A. 133.8 psychic phenomena. 3 is G. 641.4 preserving food. It's also where all the cookbooks are, in case you want to go look. 4 is E. 303.48 protests.
I don't think we got any of these.
5 is F. Artificial intelligence 006.3. 6 is D. 387.
Oh, I have them backwards.
.1 lighthouses. 7 is C 001.942 UFOs. I loved your reasoning that UFOs and psychic phenomena should be somewhere close to each other.
And we switched them, so we got neither of them.
8 is J 523.01 astrophysics. 9 is B 796.72 automobile racing. Sorry, I got a typo there. And 10 is I 822.3 Shakespeare.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Karen.
Yeah, you got one.
Here are the breakdowns.
One.
So 00.1
Can you go back
is
to the screen? I can't get. I need the last 3.
sure. I also put them in the chat
Oh, okay. Thank
if
you.
that's helpful. So last 3 are
that's-
JBI.
Oh, I think I hang out in the 500s because I'm always looking up like natural history and stuff like that.
Yeah, I hang out in the
Science and stuff
600s.
like that. I hang out in the 500s, but I don't think I even got the 500 one.
I hang out in the 300s, the true crime, and the 600s, the recipes. Gardening is not too far from there.
I have to get going.
Bye, Avi.
Bye, Avi.
Thank you, Avi.
So if you want to know how it breaks down, I went from 0s to 900s. The UFOs, they're stuck in the knowledge under controversial knowledge.
Controversial knowledge.
Technology, I see.
Yeah. Artificial intelligence is under special computer methods. And then there's an artificial intelligence section, including machine learning. Oops. Psychic phenomena is in specific topics in parapsychology and occultism. And there's a very specific one for psychic phenomena. Protest is in 303.48, social processes. So contact between cultures, social effects of assistance. It's a kind of a social reform movements is why it's there. Lighthouses, because it falls into water, air, space, and transportation, and specifically ports. And you can see they even have a specific note that says C387.1. Astrophysics is under specific celestial bodies and phenomena. Astrophysics. Preserving foods is under food and drink, and then specifically food preservation and storage. This would also include like smoking meats and such. Automobile racing falls under athletic and outdoor sports and games. And then
we got that.
All right. And then driving motor vehicles and then automobile racing. Shakespeare falls under English drama, and then specifically the Elizabethan period. And they even have a special note that says including William Shakespeare. And then genealogy is under genealogical sources. And I tried to pick the broader categories. I checked this against OCLC, and then I also went and looked at San Francisco Public Library to see how they categorized various books. This is why library science is a science, and catalogers are a rare breed, because you have to, and then imagine doing it in foreign languages.
Wow.
So this was fun for me too. I actually hadn't used the Dewey Decimal System in a really long time, so I too had to look many of these up to be sure I was giving you guys accurate information. But now you can all go to your library this weekend and go find your favorite area.
Very nice. Thank you, Eve.
Good job.
All right. Before we do scores, I am going to confirm. So far, I have for next week, Jamie, Carolyn, Peggy, and then Norman with the bonus round. So everyone good there? All right. I will share my screen and we will get some scores.
I hope they're all low.
The scores are going to be scary.
Okay. On a scale of A to Z, Canadians give Trump a Z minus.
3.
Wow.
That might be the high score.
Yeah. He has just one.
Okay.
Our high score.
If Catholics are against astrology, why did they pick a Leo?
I believe it's 3.
Okay.
Woo!
I think we got 2.
Wow, that's better than I thought.
Yeah, I thought we did too.
Which 3? Which
I think
3,
we got
Rob?
2.
I got 1, 9, and 10. No? Is that not correct?
I didn't write this one down. It was too painful.
I only got 1 and 10, but I could be wrong. Yeah.
We got auto racing and Shakespeare for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then genealogy we got for number 1.
Oh, okay. We got 3.
So 3 it
Excellent.
is. Okay.
Yay.
Second F-18 intentionally ditched in Red Sea after pilot refuses to fly to Newark.
We got 2.
2. Okay.
darn it.
And we will see if it's still a tie or something else changed. Don't tell Trump that U.S. Transcom is one of the 11 top level U.S. military commands.
Well, we used part of my strategy for 3 of them. We actually tried to figure out. The rest, we put the same answer for everything, and that worked. We got 1 point.
1 point. Wow. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
There you
Well
go.
done.
It's
There
because I
is
put
your final
lighthouses in
score.
it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carl. This is the first round where we weren't in last place.
Wow. Susan is going to be overjoyed when she sees the scores. For
But
this.
there's just
Really?
1 point makes us feel so much better. Oh my goodness. Wow, Eve, that was so hard. Look at that. Literally a 1. I don't think I've ever seen that.
A 1 on Carl's team.
I was even
Yeah.
trying to make it
So-
easier by making it topics that I thought you might have stood in the aisle looking at the books about.
Yeah,
I
we
looked
all
at
live in our own
the
bubble.
sign. It said history, or it
You
said
really have a
mysteries.
misconception
That's
about
what I
people
looked
going
at.
to libraries.
I'm trying to fix the misconception. You now know where to find your favorite
Here's
book.
what I
Thank
do.
you
I
for
go
holding
online.
us.
I
Thank
go
you
on
for
my
holding us in
phone and I
such
say
high
I want this
regard.
title, and then they have it at the desk when I go in. That's what
Exactly.
That was a
There
lot
you
of
go.
fun,
Same
though.
here.
That was great.
It was
Yes,
great.
good job,
We
Eve.
really
Karen.
needed it.
So is
I'm
that
gonna
the
say
light,
good night.
the
Night, guys.
lighthouse?
Good night,
Good night,
Carolyn.
Carolyn.
Good night.
Night,
Singing.
everybody.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
My
Hey,
lighthouse.
thanks, Ben, for handling this.
Oh,
And
Ben,
Paula
you
for
were
My
great.
pleasure.
Thank you so
Ben.
much.
And Rob,
Thank you.
you're good for next week for hosting.
I believe I am.
Okay, we'll have to see because I think because we started it on Susan's computer and that's where the recording is. I think the breakout rooms, since no one was sitting at the computer to actually join, I think it just during breakout rooms probably just recorded just the main room with no one in it. So
Yeah, that's what's
I don't know.
happened before when I've done it.
Yeah, I don't know if we're able to do that differently for next week, but
I don't think so.
Yeah.
All right, you can
If anyone would like to hang around and just chat, talk.
Okay, yeah, I'll turn off the
boopishness,
recording.
politics, whatever.
Okay, thank you, Paula.
You can
Yeah, shut off the scores.
You can make me host, and I'll hang around with y'all.
And turn off the recording.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Paula's doing that now.
I just got a
Susan.
phone.
We